square footage or degrees of slope, seemingly by instinct. He could add and subtract in the standard measuring system as easily as units of 10. But we respected him most because of how much he valued two things: hard work and relationships. My dad had a talent for spouting sage wisdom in extremely simple terms. He once told me, "Son, don't complain about the rain. Complain about its timing." He had a lot to say about work, too. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Take the time to do it right the first time. That's faster than having to redo it. But his best advice was about people. For all the discipline and perfection that he expected from himself, he taught me the value of having grace and acceptance for others. He once told me, when I was upset that a buddy was avoiding paying me back some money I'd loaned him, "Never loan a friend more money than your friendship is worth." Then, when I told him the excessively high amount of money I'd loaned, he just chuckled and said, "Well, son, as long as someone owes you, you'll never go broke." He even had such wisdom when it came to dating. My youngest uncle raced dirt track late models semi-professionally, so I spent most weekends at a racetrack helping our family-owned race team successfully compete against teams with much more money. Another driver had 3 daughters, all close to my age. Going into high school, all 3 had a crush on me and let me know about it. In my immaturity, I was rude to them collectively. When my dad heard about it, he decided the best course of action was to take me for one of his infamous loafering rides, which were generally hours longer than advertised and consisted of mostly country roads and silent window gazing. As a toddler, this was how he got me to sleep when I was pitching a bad fit. As a teenager, it was the only way he knew to start a conversation with me. While we were riding down a dirt road, he started abruptly. "Son, be kind to those girls, even if you don't like them. To have the affection of a woman is a gift. You don't have to like them back, but respect that they chose you, and that should mean something." I didn't have much to say back. At that early age, I was piecing together what it meant to be a man, and he had just dropped a big dose of wisdom on me. Something I knew was important and could put into practice easily enough, but would take years to truly understand. His overall outlook on people, relationships, and the eventual bond we share with those in our lives was one of hard-earned perspective and surprising optimism. In simple Southern terms, he was usually described by those who knew him as the kind of man who would give a stranger in need the shirt off his back. He knew from a life of manual labor and struggle what I myself would learn as a Marine. The bond we share with those who choose to be in our lives can be one of a lifelong commitment to one another. Such a bond can't be forced, but it's worth the effort. Or in my dad's words, "Nothing worth your effort comes easy, and anything worth doing is worth doing right." These days, it seems we live in a society that's lost touch with itself. We socialize online, we date through cattle car apps, we make huge determinations of a person's worth with a glance and a swipe. We order food to be delivered, attend church in our living rooms, and working from home is an even more popular occupation. As a populace, we've traded necessary human bonds for efficiency and convenience. Likewise, when a veteran returned home from the last long war, Vietnam, their goals were simple but huge. Marry the homecoming queen, take over dad's hardware store, buy that house on Main Street, and start a family. To most veterans coming home from our war, those goals are too small, yet that big, beautiful world we're accessing online leaves little more than detachment and loneliness in our lives. However, for many people in this book, the military provided a lifeline out of that loneliness. Choosing to serve offers people a path to choose a family, an interwoven network of brothers and sisters who will have your back in adversity. Not the family one is born into, but blood brothers nonetheless. Not because they have the same blood in their veins, but because they've spilt blood on faraway battlefields for the same purpose. It's a family that's one phone call away for the rest of your life. The military offers an escape from an alienated society to one built on lifelong bonds. When Amos Benjamin's older brother was killed in action, he found his brother's friends coming around him for support, rallied by their commanding officer, Greg Grabluski. Greg himself had found a family in the Marines when his own relatives didn't bother showing up.